You are not your mind, and your thoughts are neither true nor who you are. I said that in a workshop I was running on Monday, and it seemed to really stop people in their tracks, and it seemed to really challenge how they had experienced things for their life up to that point. And I think that's because from a very early age we develop quite a fixed view of ourselves, and we are led to believe that what goes on in our mind is A, true, and B, a reflection of who we are, or a reflection of how we show up in the world. And we develop this kind of fixed view and a fixed language to describe ourselves. I'm this, I'm not that. I'm good at this, I'm not good at that. And so we start to feel at the mercy of our mind. In fact, we're not even aware that there's any other way to be. And I think, and I experienced, and this is what I was sharing on Monday, that we have far more influence over our mind and therefore our experience than we think we do. We can influence our experience, and we do it by simply developing a relationship with our mind, just as we develop a relationship with anyone else. Now, I'm not for a minute suggesting that our mind is separate to us in some way, or that we should dissociate from our minds. Definitely not. But what I'm saying is that our mind is a filter. It's how we interpret the world around us, and that's the key point. It's a filter. It helps us to interpret. So it doesn't mean that the outcome of that is true or real. And the relationship we have with our mind, when we understand how it works, we can relate to it differently. So just as you would with your child, your partner, friends, colleagues, staff at work, the more you know them and understand them, the more you know their strengths, their weaknesses, their preferences, the conditions that help them to perform at their best, the things that make it more difficult for them to perform at their best. When you understand all of that stuff, you can develop a different relationship, a relationship of support or empathy or whatever it might be. And so if you can develop that kind of relationship with your mind, instead of beating yourself up, criticizing yourself, frankly getting in your own way, which I know I've done many, many times over the years, instead of that stuff, you can start to have actually quite a nice relationship with your mind. You can kind of work better together. And so what I'm inviting you to do here is to kind of hang out with your mind. And I'm going to follow this video up with some other videos on kind of how you do that. But I wanted to just put that idea out there that it's possible to hang out with your mind and develop a relationship with it. So just like you might go with a colleague for a coffee or lunch, or you might go out for a drink with your friends, or you go to the park with your kids, you create a bit of time and space to just hang out, just have a conversation and get to know them better. So I wonder what would hanging out with your mind look like for you, and I wonder what you might discover.